It's 11 hours.
Hi everyone. I hope my screen is visible. Mm, just give me a second. Rural, can you give me update on is my screen visible? Prachi, we shifted session earlier due to some important urgency came at our end. But I think my screen is glitching. But yeah, still I'll start. So yeah, hope a lot of people are joining. So let me start. So hi everyone. Um, okay. So yeah, thank you so much. I think we all settled in. Some problem at stream. Yeah, it's not showing me to share my screen, but finally it is there. So there will be there will be an interesting session held by Ayush sir and Pratik sir, who will be joining soon at the exam. Recently came across through Ayush sir SCR exam preparation sessions for like 2 months. We got to know that IGBC is also something which people needs to take to enhance their knowledge. Even I'm gonna take after this particular live, and we are again gonna host the workshop on the same, which will be like 2 weeks workshop. Each day we will be having, we'll discuss that later. But yeah, very interesting topic. I am really keen to know how what is green building exactly, and today I think we will dive deeper in it. So yeah, we have this agenda on board, which is what are green buildings, benefit of green building, and different types of green building certification, and we'll give you an overall idea about it. And definitely Ayush sir will get you around, and we have created interesting presentation through the help of Ayush sir, and Runal has been helpful to make entire presentation. Let me discuss about what we do and who we are. So we offer skill-based training program and workshop, bootcamp, practical resources. Recently, we conducted EcoVadis workshop. We got a really nice enthusiastic participation from lot of people, from director of the company to the intern to the analyst and consultant joined the workshop, and they understood what is scoring mechanism of EcoVadis. Since then we are continuing more and more workshop, coming up with CDP, how to write CDP report workshop, and GRI, and we are also coming up with GHG accounting workshop. Yeah, and this is what Sustainability 101 does. And we also offer corporate training. So if you are and your company need sensitization regarding ESG topic, we are here to help you. What do we have in plan? So through this entire exercise we will be talking about the IGBC exam. I think ISO will help you out with what are we gonna give it to you and what we have in plan. Yeah, and I would like to welcome Ayush sir. He's helping me since last 2 years. He also gave GAP SCR exam, and now he's a mentor and educator in our each and every program, and he helps me a lot in developing Sustainability 101 mechanism of giving trainings and program. So let me welcome Ayush sir on stage. Two, three times, but yeah, I'm gonna manage this. Yeah, Ayush, can you see me?
Yes, I hope I'm visible and audible, Pratiksha.
Yes, yes, perfect. I'm gonna share my screen so that you
Perfect.
can give an introduction to all of us. Okay.
Sure, sure. Okay. So let's start then. Can you share your screen? Okay, next slide, please. You are on mute, Pratiksha. Pratiksha, you are on mute.
Yeah. So, would you like to give introduction about yourself?
Yeah, I work with a PSU and I also do freelancing work. I in my present position I handle nearly 300 people and have 1000 buildings that I look after. I have also been involved in projects which involve construction right from designing to commissioning stage. And I also take part in policy development, in policy deliberations, and have been invited by different multilateral agencies, as you can see in my description also. So that is all about me, and I'm very enthusiastic about sustainability, as Pratiksha said. And it is very kind of Pratiksha to have me on board on this and for other things. It's a mutual learning thing that I always have with Pratiksha. So
Yeah.
okay, thank you,
So,
Pratiksha. Let yeah.
yeah,
So let us
start.
start with green buildings. So in buildings, green buildings will be discussing two things at the start. First, what are green buildings, and later follow it up in couple of slides as what after why part of green buildings as to why we need green buildings. Okay. So let us start with what are green buildings. Green buildings are those which are designed and constructed with environmental responsibility and resource efficiency in mind for its entire life cycle. Now, by life cycle, I mean three stages. As I said, planning and construction, operation, and at last demolition. These that is from cradle to grave. The concept of life cycle is from cradle to grave. Okay. So in construction stage, the green building, as compared to conventional building, uses material which results in lower embodied carbon, and then once the building is built, okay, then while in operation stage, it uses lesser water, energy, and other resources, as you can see in slide also. And not only that, when it goes into the demolition, the product that comes out can easily be used as refurbished or undergo recycling, thus promoting circularity. So we can see that green buildings are answering to the very core of sustainability, answering by using resources efficiently and also by promoting circularity. Next slide, please. Now, this is a very common question that people have. What is the difference between green building and conventional building? So, from outside at the face of it, there is no difference in terms of appearance in green buildings and conventional buildings. Green buildings, however, as we have discussed, if we see from operational perspective, for example, can provide improvement in terms of energy, baseline expenditure, and because it has active and passive design, that also promote comfort and productivity of the occupants. So right from day one, when the building starts operating, we can see that the baseline improves tremendously. So these are the aspects which are there. As we can see, the cost decreases, the natural resource efficiency is more efficiently used, and not only that, the comfort of the people who are there are also taken into part. Like indoor air quality is taken address. We have other aspects like how to use daylighting perfectly so that there is a match of everything. Aesthetics is also taken part. So overall, the comfort level of the individuals at home or in buildings where they work is taken into this aspect. So overall productivity also increases. Next slide, please. Okay. So previously we discussed what are green buildings. Now we are coming to the why part of the green building. As to why we need green buildings. So as we know, there is an urgent need to tackle problems related to climate change. At very broad level, if I say, there are two methods to tackle climate change. One is through mitigation and other is adaptation. Now again, broadly speaking, mitigation means reducing greenhouse gas emissions at a very broad concept I'm giving at a macro level. So how can we improve emissions? By improving energy efficiency, by adopting renewable energy usage. Now this what will do, it will decrease the fossil based energy consumption, and which we know from studies is one of the major source of greenhouse gas emission. Further, as per estimate, global estimate like multilateral agency like World Bank, IEA, they have given that nearly one third of the global emissions that are coming are surprisingly from building sectors. And so we can see that there is huge opportunity to decrease the emission if buildings are greener. Further, as we are seeing clear evidence of climate change happening, with unfortunately the last month of March was the hottest year of the decade, as was seen and discussed very with a great concern among the global fraternity. So there is also a strong need to have adaptive measures in building. So broadly speaking, we talk about mitigation and what is now adaptation. So adaptation means adjusting to actual or expected impacts of climate change and related climate risk. Climate risk is something that is happening and we cannot deny the perils of climate risk. Climate risks are there and we see it very often in news, and also we unfortunately sometimes have to evidence it at our own level. So the places where we work, where we live, it's very important that those buildings are resilient to extreme weather events like uh, heat, extreme heat is there, the low condition that we see, the rains, the downpour that happens, floods, hurricanes, cyclones, all these are happening due to intensity and the frequencies increasing is one of the reason is the human attribution of climate change. So we need to have our building resilient to these. It's very important. And green building helps in making this building resilient. Now, what do we mean by making building resilient? So there are two aspects to it. First, if if they have physical integrity to withstand the climate, these extreme weather events, then we say that buildings are resilient. And second aspect of it is that operational continuity. That is, they are able to function in any kind of unforeseen events. Like say, if grid failure happens due to cyclone, then building should be able to continue its operation for say 48 plus hours. Okay. Similarly, if there is no water, if there is a drought, then at least 25% of the demand should be met for 3 plus days by these buildings by having some sort of backup water devices. So this is the operational continuity part, and these both aspects, the operational continuity and physical resilience, are the characteristics of building having resilience. Next slide, please. Okay. Pratiksha, have you skipped some slide here?
I think we are on right slide. This is the one. Incentives.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now there are many incentives that we give for the green buildings. And these incentives are likely, as we've talked about in climate changes and all. So state government and the central government has also recognized that we have to tackle green building. We have to have green buildings, and so to have people nudge towards green buildings, the state government are coming up with different policies that are helping people to adopt to green buildings. Some of them are stated here, and the states also are stated who are adopting these policies. Also, banks are also giving interest for green buildings at a lower rate. Further, priority clearance, the environment clearance that is there and other clearance that are there are given at a much faster rate if the developers give in their drawing that they are promoting green buildings and they are adopting green buildings, they are going for green building certifications. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we have discussed about green buildings. We now move on to talk about how green building certifying bodies, about what are the different green building certifying bodies that are there. Here are some of the prominent bodies, as you can see, that are doing green building certification. So two we have taken at a global level and two from Indian perspective. So leadership in energy and environmental design is the world's most widely used green building rating, and this was developed by the US Green Building Council. It provides basically a framework for designing, constructing, operating, and maintaining highly efficient and cost-saving green buildings. Second is the BREEAM, whose full form is Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Methodology, and it was developed by UK BRE Global. And it is again one of the oldest and one of the widely adopted green building certification worldwide. It's quite renowned, just like LEED. Coming to India focus rating system, there are two bodies doing it mainly. One is GRIHA. GRIHA means Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment. GRIHA is India's national green building rating system developed by TERI, the Energy Resource Institute, and endorsed by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, that is MNRE. It evaluates building basically on 34 criteria, including energy, water efficiency, waste, and environmental impact. Lastly is the IGBC, Indian Green Building Council, about which we'll be taking up in more detail. But briefly here, IGBC is a part of CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, and it is India's leading green building certification body. It offers certification program for commercial, residential, industrial, and institutional buildings. Next slide, please. The IGBC, as we said, was established in 2001 and it is the part and parcel of CII. It is one of the India's pioneer and premier organization for promoting sustainable building practices. Now, as we can see in slide, its vision is to enable a sustainable built environment for all position, for all parts of India and as a global leader and to make India as a global leader in sustainable construction by 2025, that is the present year. IGBC has been driving the green building momentum by providing green building rating system for a wide range of projects, which we'll be discussing in the next slide. Next slide, please. So, as we said, IGBC in fact has 32 total green rating system for infrastructure ranging from commercial sectors, residential, built environment, transit that is metros, etc., metro railways, etc., education, industrial, health, well-being, and some of the prominent ones are listed here. As you can see on the screen, these are some of the prominent certification that IGBC does. Next slide, please.
Yeah.
So now for all those 32 systems that we discussed, the certification level that is provided are of the following four levels. On the right hand side, if you see, that is the IGBC certified certification, which means that the particular building, yeah, this one, which means that the particular building in that particular system is following the good practices as per parameter laid down by IGBC. And for achieving this certification level, project should have marks between 40 to 49 out of total 100. Second is silver. The second after this, after the certified, the silver is there, which means that the particular building in that particular system is following the best practices as per parameter laid down by IGBC. And for achieving this certification level, the building project should have marks between 50 to 59. Third is gold, which is the second highest category that a building can get, and which means that a particular building in the system is having national excellence as per parameter laid down by IGBC. And for achieving this certification level, project should have marks between 60 to 75. Fourth, and which is the highest, is platinum, which means that a particular building in that system is having global leadership as per parameters laid down by IGBC. And for achieving this certification, project should have marks between 76 to 100. This is the highest marks that is awarded, and this is the highest certification that IGBC gives. That is platinum. Next slide, please.
Amazingly, they have created this entire batch system, right? It can
Right, and
also
they give
go,
also.
yeah, yeah, sir, please.
Yeah, no, no, please continue.
Is it there for hotels as well?
Yes, yes, hotels. And so entire gambit of infrastructure that is there, they provided for them. So if you go
Okay.
to a hotel and from now on,
Hmm.
Pratiksha, see if a plaque is there. They give a big plaque.
Yeah,
I've seen in Lucknow Metro also, metro station, in Delhi Metro station, that is there. So post IGBC AP,
yeah,
I started observing these things. So maybe
got
from
it,
next
got it.
time when you go, you can see these things.
Yeah, I think now I'm familiarized with this, so I can go and check out something similar and then see what are the difference between IGBC certified buildings. Yeah,
Yes, and they prominently display because it's a kind of signaling effect also. People who are very much like you and I, who are and our participants who are very much into sustainability. So this in
yeah,
a way promotes sustainability in a big way. So coming
yeah.
to this slide, now the parameters for certification are broadly divided into five areas, as we can see, and we can see these are derived from the Panchabhutas that are there in our ancient system. So the number one is site selection and planning. Number two, as you can see, is water conservation. Number three is energy efficiency. Number four is building materials and resources. And number five is indoor environmental quality. Now, in each of these five areas, they have mandatory criteria that the buildings must have and credit criteria. So all buildings that are going to be certified must have the mandatory criteria, and the credit criteria may depend on what building is going to adopt. And based on that, marks are awarded on the credit criteria. So if something like rainwater harvesting is employed by the building, then they may get 1 or 2 points as defined in that rating system for which they are applying. Next slide, please. Next slide.
A second.
Yeah, no worries. So the Panchbhutas which I was talking has the Prithvi, Jal, Akash, Vayu and Agni which we talk about. So you can see these five elements are taken from there. So it's very natural they have developed.
So, is
Will
there
again,
any more slide? Because okay, okay,
yeah,
I'm going back. Just give. Are
yes,
we
this
on
slide.
this, right? So
Yeah,
these are
yeah.
the Panchmahaputas, selection of
Panchbhutas, yes,
planning,
yes.
water conservation in it. So is it done before the building get like building constructed, like environmental compliance, which we do, or is it like later part also can be done? Like building is already constructed and then IGBC
Yeah, so
certification.
very pertinent and great question, Pratiksha. Thank you for that. I was coming to that. So there are two types of certification that is done. One is pre-certification. So at the time of construction, right from design and when the construction starts, builder can approach IGBC and they can get pre-certified. Now pre-certification building, as we said, there are incentives for that. The home loans or the bank loans that they go The interest will be lesser. The people who are
Oh,
going
nice.
to buy, they will get the home loans at a lesser rate. Even for government, if we go for floor area ratio and all those things, so government will give them greater incentives so they can have higher floor area ratios. So in the
Amazing.
same space, they can have more number of flats and
Got
spacings.
it. Got
So
it.
that is
Amazing.
pre-certifying. And once the building is constructed, the certification is there, which we'll see.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the method. Coming to the method, the step-by-step approach for certification. So we have divided basically into five major steps. The first is project registration, which is done online at the IGBC portal. And once the project registration is done and registration fee is paid, then project team submits documentation for preliminary review for IGBC team. IGBC then appoints a third party assessors who carry out review, and this has to be done in a time bound period of 30 days timeline. Third part is the project team then again submits the documentation for final review. So the second step was preliminary review. When everything is okay, then they go for the final review. So the developer team can submit the documentation to IGBC, and IGBC team again again set now it set sends its own team for verification, and post audit they announce the rating system. And for this again IGBC has defined a 30-day timeline.
Okay. So,
If
what is
the
the
if,
time
yeah,
period to get entire IGPC certificate?
maximum 2 to 3 months max at max.
Okay.
Because see, if the team again does not agree with the certification, they have the time. They have this previous slide. We are just on the previous slide.
Okay.
So if the certification team does not agree, if the construction team, the building owner does not agree with certification, IGBC also gives field a scope for appealing within 30 days of declaration of certification. Yes,
So there is a technical review happens when they submit the design
y-
and document.
yes. So at preliminary level, a technical review happens. IGBC appoints a third party assessor, and if there is some problem, they can get back, and the construction team can again based on the feedback improve and then do the final submission. And even then if they think that the certification that IGBC has given is lesser than what they expected, they can appeal within 30 days and then IGBC will review. So it's a
Amazing.
very open and transparent process that IGBC follows, and this is why they are very famous in India. Next slide.
Yeah.
So coming to what is IGBC AP. Now IGBC gives credentials to people who are called IGBC AP. By this, they mean that the people whom they have certified are well versed with IGBC certification system, and they can act as consultants or in-field members for assisting development of criteria that is needed for green building certification. Not only that, to promote IGBC APs, IGBC also have one bonus point in their credit system. Okay, so if the team has one IGBC AP, they by default get 1 plus 1 point. Okay,
Okay.
so this is how IGBC is promoting the entire ecosystem of IGBC AP. Okay. Coming to the eligibility criteria, so any professional having any kind of graduation can apply. Only thing is that they should have 2 years of work experience in building sector. It's not that engineers and architects can apply. Anybody can apply. This is a very common misconception that people are having, and many people, in fact, had DM'd me also about this post my completion of exam and when I had posted in social media.
Right.
And moreover, we will be covering all these parts, but the exam is not based on any specific rating system. Like we saw, there are 32 rating systems, and or not all 32 rating systems need to be followed. We have made a very structured content as to what is the expectation in examination from IGBC.
Yeah.
So next slide, please. So now coming to the exam. So as I said, it is open to any person, any graduate having 2 years of experience in building industry. Duration of exam is of 90 minutes. It is an online proctored exam. You did not go to any center. You can give this exam from the comfort of your home or even from office. The total number of questions asked is 110 and passing marks is 85. There is no negative marking and it occurs twice a month on first and third Saturdays. Next slide,
So
please.
yeah, next time, next month, if you are ready to give it, then we are coming up with a workshop as well. So you can apply on Saturday, and the cost we are gonna discuss now. Like yeah, so
Yeah. So this is the now coming to AP exam. These are the four sections that are there. We will be dealing about briefly in our coming slide about these four sections. And the fees of the exam is 5,000. Very important point. And unfortunately, if somebody fails, then they have to reattempt, and it's a full fee that they have to pay. Postponing the exam is also possible a day at most prior to the schedule, and for that they have to pay 500 rupees. So GST is also included. This is just before GST that they what they have to pay.
yeah,
Now coming to the four section we discussed. So the first section is we will be taking all these section in very detail, and we will also sharing with you questions that we expect that can come. These are the samples that are given in the IGBC website, and we have extrapolated these, and based on our experience we have a range of people who are giving exams, so we have prepared our own question bank also. So the
yeah. If,
section one is, yeah,
I think they can answer in the chat if they are willing to answer this.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So this section has 50 questions, and I would like you all to take an attempt on this question. What should be the answer for this, just to gauge
Yeah.
out?
Correct. Okay.
Okay, so the answer for that was A.
Hmm. The
Okay.
answer for that was A, which is oil grade separates are installed to filter oil and storm water runoff. Okay, got it.
So it's not that they have to memorize this, and people who are not from engineering or architect background, they can also get by common sense because water is going to be stored for usage, so oil separation is necessary, right?
Correct, correct.
So so people who are not familiar with Pratiksha, let me give a heads up. We also have a very successful SCR batches that we do. SCR is one of the toughest exam in sustainability and climate risk. It's a 4 hour exam and best of the best people apply. And thanks to the pedagogy that Pratiksha has, I was a student and now I'm a teacher, so I can certainly say from both sides of the table, it's one of the best. And 95%, we had a 95% success for the last cohort. Fingers
Last,
crossed. Yes, yes. And overall success rate is 50%. So you can imagine how much effort and things that Pratiksha does every time.
yeah, in this exam
Okay,
also we make a lot of people, acknowledge about what is it, and this is a new to me as well. So I'm gonna take
yeah,
this exam. So come up and let us do this together and increase our knowledge in the field of sustainability.
sure.
Yes, sir.
So this is a section 2, building standards and codes. Now this has 15 questions, and I can tell you that this is a very scoring topic because the sections and standards, as we know, are limited. ECBC is there, National Building Code is there, ASHRAE, etc. is there. So again, we have a set of question bank which will be floating. Now, can you answer this question? People who are aware of ECBC can answer in one go.
Yeah. The Energy Conservation Building Code (ECBC), which is a short form, is applicable to buildings or building complexes that have connected load of, I don't know.
Yes.
I can guess 800 kilowatt or greater.
No, actually, to promote green buildings, it's lesser than that. It's actually a 100 kilowatt or greater, 100
Okay,
kilowatt or 20 kV.
okay, okay, got it.
So they have come up with amendments in 2022.
Okay, okay. Next
Next
one.
slide. IGBC process. Now this we discussed, and the good thing is that there are 15 questions from the process that we discussed, the 5 steps as to how we can have a certification, what appeal is there. So we discussed this part, and this is a question that they have asked. So can anybody attempt this? We just discussed about it, and Pratiksha also discussed with me.
Sure. Is
For
it to
appeal part,
appeal to review
yes,
of the credit?
yes, yes, yes. That is the answer. We just discussed.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is the last part, green design strategies and impact. This again has 30 questions. And this is bit tricky because here case studies come and they expect as to what is going to be the strategy for
Hmm.
adoption of green building. So one needs to be very clear concept
So,
wise as to what is
yeah.
going to happen.
Great, great.
So this is the question. Can anybody attempt in LinkedIn comment?
Improve erosion and sediment one. Is it the one? Improve erosion and sedimental control.
So again, landscaping means having in like you see, na kitchen garden is there. So that
Hmm.
grass and all that we say landscaping in architectural term. Okay. So soil and climate analysis is done so that we can have a guess of which plant is best suited.
Oh, see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. So water requirement will be less. Say if camel is there in desert, then it will require less water. But elephant is there, we place elephant in a desert, then it will require a lot of water. Right.
Okay. Oh, nice
So what
analysis. Yeah. Good
yes,
one.
so what climate suitability is there? So like this we will be breaking down, just like we do in SCI. Yes.
Nice. Very
Next
nice.
slide.
This is amazing. Yes. Registration process, please.
Okay. So coming to registration part, now this is again 5 step. You have to enroll on IGBC website. Prepare. Of course, we will be helping you in preparation. Don't worry about that. If you come to us, we guarantee your success. And then you have to schedule the exam. Of course, take the exam that is of 90 minutes and receive your certification. And IGBC is very kind enough to send a hard copy of your certificate also. So it's a very good certificate to have. Next slide.
You will feel proud to have that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Moving forward. So give me a
So
sec.
this is these are the FAQs that people ask. So we have jotted down few FAQs that I had got.
Yeah.
One is rescheduling. So yes, as we discussed, you can postpone your exam by paying 500 rupees. You can also prepone your exam if you are very confident that yes, we can give now. After our courses, maybe you may prepone your exam also. So there is no fee for that, and you can do it one go. And even one reschedule of exam is allowed 1 day before the exam, and preponing is allowed maximum 5 days before the prepone date. Next slide, please. Very important point. So 5 days or approximately 4 to 5 days before the exam, you will get an email from the merit track, which is the vendor through which IGBC does the proctored exam, and they will give you a compatibility test. You have to do the compatibility on the system on which you are taking the exam and share the screenshot with them. Once the screenshot is there and everything is clear, you are good to go. So I think that is all from my side. We are good to go, Pratiksha. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Ayush. It was wonderful listening to you very patiently. You have elaborated IGBC AP exam, and I'm eager to take this exam because of you and Mrunal as well. So, yeah, we are coming up with a preparation workshop on this and Ayush, and there will be two, three more speakers and educators are going to join us to teach you about basics of uh, different aspect of IGBC and green building. So yeah, date might change, but yeah, we are coming soon, and it would be like 2 weeks program, giving you entire benefit. Even if you are not interested in green building but just wanted to learn what goes into the energy efficiency and everything, do join us. These are the module wise program which we have planned. Like we have module wise learning program, 1 day each chapter, kind of comprehensive growth. We will share with glossary interactive session as we did today. Post lecture practice quiz. We also share study material and mock exam at the end. And ISR is ready to really great at preparing mock exam. Honestly, GAP, SCR people are getting benefits to it. So yeah, I would like to thank you, Ayush sir, again, and I would like to call upon Pratik sir, who will be our Ask Me Anything guest, and he has 12 years of experience. Let me get him on the screen so that he can speak to you all. Uh, so yeah, I think hi Pratik sir, are you there? Hi Pratik sir.
Hi Pratiksha, can you hear me?
Yeah, wonderful. I can. Great. So,
Can't
this
hear
is
you.
thank you so much for coming on LinkedIn Live, and I hope you like the previous information. If we have missed on something, do add it into this particular. And you have taken IGBC AP exam long back. Could you share some insights from it? Hello, Pratik. Hi, can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you. Are you not able to hear me? Hi, can you speak? Pratik, can you speak? Hi, hi, Pratik, can you speak? Hi, Pratik. Hi, Pratik, can you speak? Are you able to hear me? Just give it a second, everyone. Pratik, can you speak? Hi, Pratik. Hi, Pratik, can you speak?
Hi Pratiksha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you speak more? Like, hi,
Sorry, I
hi.
cannot
Yes,
hear
say
anything from
yes.
the other side.
Say yes to
Not
me.
sure what
Give me
happened.
thumbs up. Say yes.
I can't hear.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, great. Okay, no problem. It's okay. Everything is fine. We are gonna get you on screen, and I'm sharing my screen once again. So yeah, you can see my slide. You can speak normally. I was asking you that how was your experience when you give IGBC AP exam? Pratik, hi. Okay, I think no worries. This is the first time he's joining the live, so this happened. So Ayush sir, can you take few of the questions which are in the chat box till the time he joins back?
Yeah, sure, Pratiksha. Please, can you shoot them here?
So yeah, so I think Devendra sir asked that is the green building a new concept? How can we make sure that it reaches to largest population, including the ones are in construction industry?
Yes, yes. So green building is not a new concept. Our traditional buildings were green. If you see the Hawa Mahal that is there, how much airy it is, and even now without any AC, we can feel how much cool we feel, even in peak summer. So the natural system we had, the natural architect we have, all were focused towards green buildings. But gradually, as urbanization started, we lost somewhat focus on green building, and now we are coming back to that. Regarding your second question as to how people can get acquainted, so people like you and we, sir, when we get trained about green buildings, we can spread the sustainability about it, spread the knowledge about it, and also make people aware. There are other stakeholders like government, so they are doing their part by giving incentives to people who are adopting for green buildings. As we had discussed, the incentives, various incentives are there in form of subsidy in terms of interest on home loans for the building construction,
Okay.
exemption or the improvement in floor area ratio that happens, which leads to more number of floors in the same area. So all these are incentives that government is giving, and you and I as citizens can also create a market for it by demanding from constructors to have green buildings that we will only buy if your building is green.
Okay. Great. Great. I think that's the important thing. Okay. No worries. We have. Thank you so much. I mean, yeah, it is important, and lot of. I think from now on, we are seeing the parameter that a lot of companies and buildings are trying to get this IGBC certificate. Okay. So can I add Pratik sir now?
Sure, Pratiksha.
Yeah. Hi, Pratik. Are you able to speak now? Can you unmute your mic and speak? Try to speak. Hi, Pratik.
If Pratik is having difficulty, maybe I can go with other question as well, Pratiksha.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, no worries. Okay, so what is the next question? Uh, Farooq is asking what may be tentative percentage reduction in emission before and after implementing recommendation as per IGBC guidelines. Very interesting question, Farooq.
Yeah.
Super happy to get into that.
Yeah. So, Farooq, very good question that you have asked, and this shows that you have heard our PPT very eagerly and very intently. So, happy to always have an audience like you. So,
Yeah.
see, reduction will depend as we discuss on the certification level that they get. If they are just following the basic minimum certification, that is IGBC certified, then the baseline reduction will be less. And if they are going for platinum, that is the highest certification, then the baseline reduction will be more. But on an average, it may vary as high as 20%, as low as 20% to as high as 60 to 70%. It all depends on which geography that building is and what all methods that they have applied in that building for getting green certified. So it will depend on case to case basis. But I
Yeah,
hope
so
I
have you
made
seen the
myself clear.
reduction in like energy consumption? Is it like just putting LED light, replacing that, or is it are there
No,
any
no.
more things?
Yes, there are much more things than that, and
Yeah,
that is why this certification is very important.
it's
So, like you
important.
said, putting LED. LED is what that takes energy. So that is
Correct.
an active design.
Hmm.
Passive designing part can happen as to what building facade, how the building facade is oriented. Okay,
Yeah,
so that will have a much more impact on the heat load.
correct.
Moreover, so that will be the passive design. Moreover, one no cost measure. I always love the no cost measures because this give you benefit also, and there is no money involved in that. That is keeping making the roof white. And now
Okay.
white we know is that it has the highest albedo.
Correct.
Albedo. Yes.
What is
So
albedo, sir?
so albedo we are coming again from God, the favorite question of God. So albedo means reflection. Okay.
Yeah,
So lights are reflected back. The sunlight are reflected back. They are not absorbed. So the heat is also reflected. As a
correct.
result, heating won't happen on the roof, and the people down below will not have that much of heat. So AC requirement will go down.
Correct. So
So
AC
the heat,
business will impact if a lot of people have IGBC certificate. Maybe.
it won't impact as such, but yes, the efficiency would improve. Say now, if through white roof 2 tons of without white roof 2 tons of AC was required, maybe
Correct.
after having a white roof 1.5 ton. And moreover, like one of sir asked, for people who can't afford AC, they can also live in the residency inside. So
Correct.
in PM Awas Yojana that we are having, they have
Correct.
this in the concept to have white roof on the buildings. In fact, in
Correct.
Ahmedabad, there is a pilot that is going on for
Yeah.
people who are below poverty line.
Yeah.
White roofing is being done, and this
So,
has a tremendous effect in terms
yeah.
of their livability in those areas.
So Devendra sir again asking, I have just joined. Most of the residents are using air conditioning with the concept of green building. To what extent it will mitigate carbon footprint? Are we able to quantify?
Definitely, sir, we are able to quantify. As we discussed just now, this question is again an extension to what we are discussing.
Yeah.
So if white roofing is done, then AC requirement will decrease. Even the number of hours of operation will decrease. So all this will lead to lesser carbon footprint as the fossil fuel through which our energy is coming, that will be lesser. Moreover, the refrigerant are also GHG emissions. The refrigerant, the chlorofluorocarbons that we use. So lesser usage of AC will lead to lesser GHG emission. So
Correct.
in that sense, we can quantify it. But numbers again would depend on what we are adopting and where we are adopting.
Correct. Pratik, can you hear us now?
Yes, yes, guys. Sorry, I had some
Oh,
issues with
no
my audio.
worries. It's okay.
Really
Totally
sorry.
fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm just figuring out how to not show this particular height current comment. Okay, Ayush sir. So we have Pratik now. Let me share my screen to get you
Hi,
with the
Ayush.
Hi Pratik.
Hello, hello.
good to have you, both of you, in this live session. So, yeah, I was asking Pratik, how was your experience when you gave IGBC AP exam and when did you give it?
So it's been more than a decade. I think I wrote the exam in 2012, and ever since then I have been working in this industry. It's like there has been a lot of update ever since I had written, but then I have had the opportunity to be in the same field for continuously about 12, 13 years or so. And
Okay,
there has been a lot of involvement in terms of the rating and programs itself. So that's how the IGBC AP exams also has evolved over a period of time. So
correct.
and yeah, it's been lucky to be part of
Thank
this
you for
fraternity.
joining again. And being our Ask Me Anything guest, I have one question. First question for you. We have five questions in total. How has obtaining the IGBC AP certification influenced your career trajectory? And what new opportunity has it opened up for you in the green building industry or in general?
Yeah, so I think it really shaped up my career itself. I would, to be frank enough, as a recent graduate, when I was in 2012, we are talking about back then, I had very little knowledge or no knowledge about where to go and what to land up into. But I was kind of very intrigued with the fact that there is something called as energy audits. So back then, I used to do my energy audit for my campus and college campus, and that's where I happened to know about this from some of my close friends or colleagues. And that's when we I decided to write IGBC AP as an exam,
Okay.
and from there it has been so big and huge. Like I see, every year I have myself improving on my skills. So
Are you
it's a
there?
very
Yeah.
learn. I am still learning today, and I keep improving on my skills. And to talk about new opportunities, I think there is humongous. We have definitely not built all of what we have to leave, so that's one data point. So when we build, we have to build green. So whatever we have to build is green, right? From moving on, right from today. And this is again linked to what we talk about 2050 of our goals. 2070, India wants to have its own net zero goals.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the industry of building and built environment has to contribute 40% of the total energy consumption.
Correct. Correct.
So that's where all of this comes into picture. Huge
Correct.
opportunity for people.
Okay, moving on to the next question. I hope it is showing on the screen. Yeah, in your experience, what are the most valuable skills or areas of expertise that aspiring green building professionals should focus on developing alongside their IGBC AP certification? What's your experience?
Well, I believe there has to be a lot of learning and know-how ability to know what to learn, what to unlearn or relearn, all those things.
Okay.
And then there is definitely one or two data points which I can say. First thing is to understand a building from architectural point of view, which is the facade, design, and a different orientation of building. That is one. Second aspect would be understanding of systems, which is electrical, plumbing, and mechanical. These are two key components, but there are many more components coming into picture. For example, material you select, embodied carbon you put
Oh,
into, and different things you bring into the building, location of the building, all such things come into
yeah.
picture. But yeah, mostly
Do
it's
we
like
all,
architecture.
yeah. Do we also have LCA, which is life cycle analysis of materials
Correct.
and yeah.
Exactly. So when you select materials, this LC come to picture of understanding the different set of materials you build the building, and then also the materials you bring into the building. So all
Okay.
that comes into picture. So that's what I was referring, that there are n number of opportunities into the built environment, and we just have to look, understand, and then take the path forward.
Correct, correct. And can you share your challenging project or situation you entered in your career where your IGBC AP knowledge proved particularly important or something relevant to that? Can you share some one of the challenging situation where you use
So,
the IGBC?
one of the examples being, of course, IGBC AP as a credential gives 1 point when you are trying to attempt that rating program for a building. So out of 110, you get one just because you're an IGBC AP on the team. That is one aspect. But then the other aspect, which is technical, is when you are IGBC AP, I mean, when you're qualified, you have the technical understanding of the project flow, project process, and all the credits ideas. So when you try to attempt a credit, you also might take it the other way, which is innovation. So you
Okay,
know what is not attempted in the project as a part of
got it.
implementation, and then has been put into the design. So you can try and play around and understand what credit can be attempted with the
Yeah,
innovation, right?
yeah.
So those things which are not particularly written in the guidebook for a
Okay,
particular rating system, you can still
correct.
try and attempt. So that's the innovation.
Correct. So credit is what we get. I think Yusur and we were discussing something relevant to credit. I am new to it, so I'm gonna learn it from you all. And how do you see the role of IGBC AP evolving in next 5 to 10 years, and considering the increasing emphasis on sustainability and green building practices globally?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. So I wanted to bring that specifically because you see there is a lot of debate happening with reference to AI being coming into the picture
Yeah,
of
yeah.
all the industry, and I see AI coming in this industry as well very fast. But having said, IGBC AP, or for that matter any credential which you write, will evolve as a project management level work. I see that to
Correct.
be going to a project management. So you can definitely be a project manager who knows all the stuff and is going to do, or going to get the building built with a sustainable, very global sustainable practices. So that
Okay.
is where I see these 5 to 10 years. It's like it's going to end into project management. For now,
Hmm.
whatever we do, I am very frank enough to say it's a very fragment of construction industry, but this is
Okay.
going to merge and come up as a project management. So it's definitely going to evolve much bigger role in the
Correct.
whole construction of a project.
Correct, correct. I mean, it's gonna grow. Last question for
Yes.
you, like, what would be the advice would you like to give to someone who is looking to leverage their IGBC AP certification, or even taking that now and in future, how it is going to help them?
See, my advice to the young IGBC AP credential holders, or those who are trying to attempt IGBC AP, would be try and get in touch with people who are little experienced or more experienced than you, and try to seek opportunities to work on the live projects. That's when you try to understand the concept which you have learned theoretically while you were preparing or giving IGBC AP, or you would have done it by by method. So you should definitely look and work on the projects, and that's where you try to understand your strengths. So linking that to which segment you want to go into a built environment. For example,
Right.
somebody good at LCA can take up the material section and be a master of material. Somebody who's
Correct.
good at energy can go into simulation, energy simulation, and be a master of
Hmm.
energy simulation. So
Hmm.
that's where your somebody's graduation or basics can come into picture, because they would be having good knowledge of that subject, and that's where they can pick up and grow up on the career. Like 15-20 years down the line, they can be a master of energy simulation, or they can be a master
Okay.
of something. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
that is
think
what
that
I
is
see.
needed in the need of an hour to learn all of this. So definitely, a lot of people are going to help from this. So great having you here, and I think we wrapped up Ask Us Anything. Now we have a segment called Ask Us Anything. Thank you, Pratik, for insightful answering, and I think you can answer in the live as well if there is any missing points you would like to discuss. But yeah, I think both of you, I have last question from Shubhi. She is saying that could you please share how IGBC is approaching retrofitment of existing buildings, and especially in terms of improving energy efficiency and enabling them in transition towards net zero target? Very quickly, can you please make this clear?
Ayush, do you want to take it or should I take it? Okay.
You
So
can take.
retrofitting. Okay, thank you. So retrofitting or old buildings, whatever you would like to ask, IGBC has definitely a separate set of guidelines and guidebook for existing buildings. How we approach existing buildings generally is we have energy audit, we have waste audit, and water audit as a criteria, part of the credit itself.
Okay.
And we also have certain things called as policy and segments of how you run the building. So when you're talking about
Hmm.
existing buildings, you are definitely running it. Now the point is to uh, audit it and see how efficiently you are running it in terms of energy and in other aspects. So
Correct.
similarly for IGBC, it's like they have the set of guidelines and the reference made in such a way that they are able to judge you on your operational efficiency and operational policy documents. That's how they do it. That's very crisp,
Okay.
I think. Anything in
Hmm.
detail,
Hmm.
you can feel free to
Yeah.
drop in, and we will
Yeah.
answer that.
No worries. I think yeah, it's summarized quite well. And we are short of time, so let me wrap this particular LinkedIn workshop. Hope it is helpful for the people who are listening to IGBC for a first time as a word. And definitely, Ayush sir has given a full form of everything. We have a community on WhatsApp which is thriving, and we have 3,000 plus members, and every day they are contributing into this community and making it super amazing. And you can find job opportunity, you can also find answers to your random GHG accounting questions and emission factors for anything, that is for sure. We are famous for that. And thank you so much for being with us, and again our incredible guest Ayush sir and Pratik sir for being with us for last 1 hour and giving their insightful uh, you know knowledge and sharing it with incredible audience from LinkedIn. So thank you everyone, and let's wrap up the live
Thank you,
and
Padiksha. Thank you
have
for
a
having
great.
us.
Oh God, it's ended.
Thank you, Pratiksha.